Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you are. My name is John or Last Frontier Bricks, and this is my review of the LEGO Marvel Infinity Saga Captain America's Shield. It is set number 76262. Comes with 3,128 pieces plus one minifigure. It came out in the year 2023, is marked 18 plus, and retails for $200. Of all the sets that Marvel has done, this might be my new favorite. I've been wanting them to do a buildable Captain America shield ever since they started doing Marvel display pieces like the Iron Man helmet and the Infinity Gauntlet. And let me tell you, just from looking at this thing, I think they knocked this thing out of the park. I'm pretty sure, I can definitely tell there's going to be a lot of repetitive building in this. But I think the results are gonna speak for themselves. So, front box art definitely shows the shield front and center with just a nice little bit of light coming out from the back on a plain background, which I think looks absolutely fantastic. The top of the box has a nice look at the shield, basically with it lying down. On the right side, it has the shield showing off, plus our Captain America minifigure, which is definitely based off of Endgame, considering he has both the shield and the hammer. The left side, that has the set name in, I believe, that is French and Spanish, correct me if I'm wrong. And then the back of the box, we have the shield in all its glory, a couple scenes from, I believe that's Captain America First Avenger, and the dimensions of this set, which is absolutely massive, with an 18.5 inch diameter. Let's go ahead and get this thing open. Alright, looks like we can just cut the tape and we should be good. So that's one. Let's see. Come on. Okay, two. And come on. Yeah. Take it. Nope. Come on. Let's see if I can do this with two hands. Oh, there we go. Oh, I got it. Okay, so box is open. Ooh, that is a lot of back pieces. So let's see how many we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and there's a whole nother box of pieces back in there. Okay, let's go ahead and get this box open. Alright, so more tape here. Hopefully this one will go smoother than the last one. There we go. So we were at 13, so 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Alright, 28 bags. And that's probably gonna be one big instruction book. Alright, let's take a look at this thing. there we go. Okay. So I imagine there's no stickers on this thing. Nope, no sticker sheet. Alright. Alright, so it's basically the exact opposite of the box art for the instruction manual, the shield on a white background. Thankfully, it's not a bad CGI render, or like what they've been doing usually. Alright, so... Whoop. So basically that for LEGO VIP. And for saying they're making their packaging more sustainable with paper bags, I didn't see a single paper bag having been pulled out. Alright, so looks like a bit of a breakdown on the shield itself. Oh, let's see. Then we got a kind of breakdown of the set itself. Yep, a couple more things about the set itself. Looks like from the model designer Matthias Julin. And then right into the build. Anything on the back? Oh, another view of the shield. And no ads for any other sets. Alright, so I obviously have quite a bit of building to do. This is probably going to be a full day project. So let me get to that. And then we'll start the review, starting with that Captain America minifigure. Alright, so here is our Captain America figure. He does have the, of course he does have the shield in the dark gray piece instead of the old style red. And he does have Mjolnir. Pretty basic looking Captain America, although I will say it's also an inaccurate Captain America. I was taking a look at the torso and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. That's not Infinity. That's not Endgame. It doesn't have the scale plating on it. It's like, wait a minute. That's Age of Ultron. You don't believe me? Here, I can prove it for you. So here we have three versions of Captain America. The one in the middle is the one from the Captain America shield set. The one over here is the Captain America from the Endgame Final Battle second version from 2021. And over here is the Age of Ultron Captain America from the Quinjet City Chase. And you'll notice that this Captain America has quite a few more similarities with this guy than he does this guy. For example, the extra red around the star. Age of Ultron has that, Endgame does not. The armor plating, much more like the Age of Ultron version than the Endgame. You'll notice the scaling on there. Also, there's more. Also, the white more here on the Captain America figure and the Age of Ultron, less on Endgame. Also, you'll notice on back of the torso. Oh, again, more red on this figure and the Age of Ultron figure, less on Endgame. So, despite having a pretty good Captain America figure, it's also an inaccurate Captain America figure, considering he carries both the shield and Mjolnir, something he did not do in Age of Ultron. He only ever did that in Endgame. So, good figure, but rather inaccurate. What's going on, LEGO? And here is that shield. A reminder, this thing has a diameter of 18.5 inches. Of the 3,128 pieces that go into the set, I bet you the stand it's on is probably no more than 100. So this is 3,000 pieces worth of shield. I will say this thing does look pretty good. Despite one thing I did see from comments on other reviews of this set, which, to be honest, are actually pretty rare, is that one of the main issues is that you take a look at the shield and there's all these spaces in between where all the plates go, and they're kind of just like they'd want to like add another $50 to the price to fill in those holes. And I can kind of understand that. It does look good, but all those holes does kind of detract a bit. I mean, come on, they figured out how to do it with the Rise of Skywalker Millennium Falcon, why not this guy? But then again, this is quite a bit bigger. I mean, that Rise of Skywalker Millennium Falcon could probably use this thing as a landing pad. One thing I will point out right off the bat is that if you guys aren't a fan of repetitive builds, this thing is going to be your worst nightmare, because basically every step is like, okay, do this thing and then do it all over again, anywhere to a total of 18 to 32 times. That's kind of ridiculous. Mainly, this is a big set. Like I said, over 3,000 pieces. Is it? And it is just going in a big circle. So, I can kind of see how why that would need to happen. But still, anyone who's not a fan of repetitive building is not going to like the build process. Not by a long shot. However, I do say that the end result certainly makes it worth it. Also, speaking of builds, I will say that this is a full day project. The day I built this, I started building at about 10 in the morning, and I didn't get finished until about 7, 8 o'clock at night. And that's definitely considering the fact that I took quite a few breaks. I believe for this minute, by the time the day was over, my finger was absolutely killing me, and I was afraid that they were going to fall off. But again, I will say that I think the end result is fantastic. Admittedly, when I first saw the pictures of this thing, I wasn't a fan of the whole raised star bit, but take a look at the finished project. I think this thing looks. The star actually is probably one of my favorite parts of the build. It's not as repetitive as everything else, and the way they did it's actually quite ingenious. It's quite an interesting build. Taking a look at the back of the thing, let me get this away from the wall so it doesn't fall over on me. Admittedly, the back of this sheet, it don't look good. Admittedly, that you aren't going to be looking at this part. What you're looking, the part you're going to be showing off is the front. But as you can see, like, just how repetitive all the building is. The structure, I've picked this thing up before, and it feels pretty. I will say it does feel pretty strong. But again, it's not all that pretty to look at. Speaking of picking it up, the instructions do say make sure to grab it from the gray parts, not the top, because I've made that mistake before, and it comes apart pretty easily, and it's kind of a pain to put it back. But anyway, let's go ahead, pick this thing up. And picking this thing up, it really reminds me of another one of those complaints from other people's reviews, and that they're kind of disappointed that this thing either didn't come with a wall mount or a way to attach it to your arm to bump up the price again. And both, I can kind of understand the wall mount, but kind of not. Like, it can obviously be done. Just take a look at any one of Duckbrick's videos, and you can see that it can most certainly be done. He's literally got wall-to-wall Lego in his basement. But I would always be a little hesitant to do that, because you never know when whatever you attached to the wall to make sure this thing sticks on the wall, just gives away and just falls to the ground, and the set breaks apart in a million pieces. So I'm not sure I'd want to do that. As for the arm mount, I will say one thing. This thing, it's big. It's heavy. This probably isn't something you'd want to, attach to your arm. It's not like the actual shield. Like in First Avenger, Anthony Stark says it's a strong shield, as strong as steel, but it's only a third the weight. So, despite its size, and speaking of size, it's only 18.5 inches. The actual shield is anywhere from 20 to 25 inches in diameter. Basically, what I'm saying is, despite its size, it's relatively light. This thing, on the other hand, it's heavy. I would not want this on my arm, because that probably wouldn't be so good for my muscles. Anyway, taking a look at the this in. Like I said, it's probably no more than 100 pieces. It's mostly Technic. You'll notice that it has this red piece back here. So let me flip the shield over so you can understand why. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so you notice for the majority of these I believe they're like 2x16, 2x18s. Means that they're mostly gray. You see one that is red. That's the one you're supposed to put on here to, get it, to get the correct angle with the star pointed up. So yeah, that's the one. So that's why you would touch it. And then it's this part where you have all the weight. The shield goes in between the middle. So yeah, nothing too crazy. But it does have a printed the plaque has the Lego and Infinity Saga logos. And one other complaint is that unlike the Thor's hammer set, which has the name of the Hammer Mjolnir, it just has Captain America on it instead of Captain America's shield. So nothing too crazy. So yeah, nothing too crazy, but it certainly works. And just I hope you guys can hear me with the mic so far away. But just for a sense of scale, I'm about 5'6", 5'7". And as you can see, this thing basically covers my entire torso from my neck almost all the way down to my groin. And yeah, like I said, you can't carry it at that center circle, so it does look pretty good holding it. I just am not sure I'd want this on my arm, because like I said, it's big and it's heavy. Probably not so good for my arm. And one last thing before we go into the final review, there is only one extra piece in this set, and that is a hairpiece for Captain America, just in case you don't want the helmet on. So for my final review, I personally really like this set, but that might just be me. Yeah, this is like it's a solid build. Don't get me wrong. It's repetitive, but again, the end result I think is worth it. Again, there are a few complaints. It's like the repetitiveness, the inaccurate Captain America, the somewhat inaccurate plaque. But other than that, I think this is great. I feel like I got my $200 worth of Lego. But that might just be me with Captain America being tied with Spider-Man as my favorite Marvel hero. If you're not too big on Captain America, I'd say you can skip this one. And for anyone else, personally, I see nothing wrong. Personally, I see nothing wrong with it. I did enjoy it. It's a great display piece. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be keeping it right over there in that corner for as long as I got it. So you might end up seeing just a little bit in the background for my reviews, because honestly, I can't really think of a better place to put this thing. And somewhere I'm gonna be seeing it constantly. So that is my review for this for the Lego Captain America Shield. Thanks for joining me for it. If you guys enjoyed it, you know what to do. You can check out some more of my content on the end screen in just a few seconds. And I'll see you all in the next video. Later, everybody. Alright, a couple of things I forgot to mention in the review. First off, I thought I'd do another little size comparison. So this is the comparison of it compared to the 2020 Playscale Star Wars AT-AT. And as you can see, it kind of dwarfs it. Like the top of the AT-AT, it will probably barely reaches or barely gets past the star, so it's quite a bit taller than it. And one thing I forgot to mention about the Captain America figure is that once again, with Captain America, he doesn't have dual molded legs. Which I really don't understand. Like, they did dual molded legs with the Captain Carter figure from Series 1. So why they can't do dual molded legs for Captain America Classic is beyond me. So yeah, that's the end of this actual end of this review. Oh, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Later, everybody.